in Hebrew, it means grace or favor. And I thought, wow, that is what this van is. God has shown me grace and favor, and it is a fitting name. So that is the name of Hannah Vantana. I'm back at it. Van life resumes. I've got the van out of the shop and I am here along the Yellowstone River in Montana. It is one awesome morning here. It's a little bit chilly. Van life, as I said, we are rock and rolling on this deal now. It is kicked off. I am, as they say, sink or swim, and we are diving right into the deep end. One of the things I like to do with this van is I like to visit as many of the national parks as I can. I know all of them aren't possible because I don't think I'll ever make it to Samoa or probably some of the ones up in Alaska, but I want to knock out as many as I can. The first national park in America was Yellowstone National Park, and since it's about as close as park as any of them, I'm gonna give Yellowstone a try. So I'm on my way over to Livingston, Montana, and then I'm gonna head south and go into the original entrance to Yellowstone National Park. It's right there at Gardner. It stays open year round. I know it's a little chilly, but I got my shorts on, as you can see. It was 75 degrees yesterday, and that's the first time I've seen anything in the 70s, probably going back to October. So I don't know how many months I did see. November, December, January, February. Let's see. November, January, December, January, February. That's a solid 5 months I have not, for any, other than being inside, seen the temperature over 70 degrees. So it was like a heat wave. I felt like I was in a sauna or something. Vehicles like this van, they need a name, and I've got the perfect name, and so I've decided to call her Hannah. Hanna. Hannah Vantana. Come on. So the name, it was one of the about first 2 or 3 names that I tossed around in my mind. And when I gave this Volkswagen Eurovan a name, I wanted it to have some meaning to it. So I Googled what Hannah means, and in Hebrew, it means grace or favor. And I thought, wow, that is what this van is. God has shown me grace and favor, and it is a fitting name. So that is the name of Hannah Vantana. This morning when the sun was shining on this back corner window, there is the previous owner had the Universal Christian. It's kind of like the fish. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I'd heard the story years ago that Christians, when they would go to greet another one, they would draw a line in the sand, kind of like a slight curve, and then the other one would respond by one in the other direction. I believe that's how it goes. So how fitting that I give this van a name that has biblical meaning, the Hebrew word for grace. And then I discovered this morning as the sun hits the back glass that the previous owner was a Christian and they had the fish symbol on it. I thought that was, I don't know if that, signs and wonders. I believe in signs and wonders. A lot of people probably don't, but I certainly do. There's got to be a meaning to that. So it's just been really a blessing, this van. You have no idea. It may not seem like much. It might look like an old wore out homeless van, but it's made a difference in my life. So I'm definitely thankful that I was shown some grace. Thank you God for this van, and thank you for the people that pray for me, because I'd never be where I'm at with people's thoughts and prayers. Not to change the subject, but one of the first things I wanted to talk about in this video was, of all the things that I could have forgotten, is I forgot my camera bag. And so my camera bag, it has, like, not only do I carry a couple of cameras that I have, but I have all kinds of like wires and chargers and everything. And how I could forget that is beyond me. So instead of backtracking 100 miles to my storage unit to get my camera bag, I've decided to just roll with it. And so this video is going to be entirely shot on my iPhone, and I'm going to edit it on the iPhone and everything. I mean, one thing that I've learned whenever I was going to film school was, it's not necessarily the quality of your story, or excuse me, it's not necessarily what drives a story is its content, and it's not necessarily how great a camera you have, how great the special effects are, and there's a story. One of the greatest movies of all time is called Casablanca, and it was filmed in the 1930s. And you go look at the cinematography in it, and you go look what they work with, and that is one awesome story. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just working with what I got on this iPhone, and YouTube isn't the end of the world if I forget to bring my other cameras. So we're gonna head out here in a few minutes. I'm gonna get me some breakfast, and we're going over to Yellowstone National Park. Never forget, let's all be kind to one another by hitting each other's like button. Rut and Mo out.